How you doing? Glad you're here. Um, I have a I have a dog with allergies in the background. In case you hear that noise, uh, it's we all have allergies. Anyway, so this is cringy. It was sent to me by a friend, and I thought, okay, well, you want me to do it? I'll do it. Lawmakers press Amazon on sales of chemical used in suicides. Now, before we go any further, chemical use in suicides can be a very broad range. So, I don't know what this is about. I don't I don't know. Even as grieving families try to warn Amazon and other e-commerce sites of the danger, there are more purchases and more deaths. At least they're not blaming firearms, right? The pleas to Amazon were explicit. A food preservative sold by the online retailer and other e-commerce sites was being used as a poison to die by suicide. Wait, it's a preservative. Shouldn't that preserve you? I mean, we're eating this stuff, right? How's this bad? This is scary. Please stop selling this product, began one review posted on Amazon in July of 2019 by a person who wrote that niece had used it to kill herself. I've already notified Amazon and they said they would help with this, but they have not. Since then, suicides linked to sales of the preservative through Amazon have continued. I don't get it. The New York Times identified 10 people who had killed themselves using the chemical compound after buying it through the site in the past 2 years, including a 16-year-old girl in Ohio, a pair of college freshmen in Pennsylvania and Missouri, and a 27-year-old in Texas whose mother has filed a wrongful death suit against Amazon. It's not Amazon's fault, though. Enough people purchased the preservative to attempt suicide that the company's algorithm began suggesting other products that customers frequently bought along with it to aid in such efforts. Oh, jeez. Jeez. Like a rope and a chair, jumper cables and a car battery. Other items you might be interested in. Rat poison. Oh my gosh. With family members left behind, other alerts Amazon said deaths and to the danger of the sales, the company declined to act. It's a legal product, though. I mean, I'm really having problems with this. Now, members of Congress are demanding answers in a letter sent last week to Andy Jassy, Amazon's president and chief executive. A bipartisan group of House members sought an accounting of the company's sales of the preservative and related suicides, details on how the retailer had addressed the dangers, and an explanation of how it had responded to complaints. Sounds like a fundraising letter. The move comes just weeks after publications of a Times investigation that linked a website which provides explicit instructions on suicide. Why is there a website with explicit instructions on suicide? How about that? How about if you're suicidal, just stop. Don't do it. Please go talk to somebody. It's better. I'm telling you what, you can talk to somebody. It really, really helps. Don't do it though. Please. You don't understand. There's what you don't like about yourself or whatever reason you're doing it. There's so many people that you hurt, much worse than you hurt by doing such a thing. Most deaths were from the chemical compound sold legally in many countries. Site members advised one another on where to buy it and how to use it. Many of those who died, the Times now identified more than 50, were under 25, some were minors. Being under 25 sucks. In response to the article, members of Congress have sought briefings from Google and other tech companies that help make the suicide site accessible. They have asked Attorney General Merrick Garland to consider ways to prosecute its operators. I mean, okay, like that sentence right there, it just says, hey, it's not blatant how you can prosecute these people. So consider ways, which means like find a way, like manipulate the intent of the law to prosecute somebody who is selling something that's legal and Congress has failed to act on it. Response to the article, blah, blah, blah. In a letter to Amazon, 7 House lawmakers, 7 of 435, pressed the company, saying that the ease and swiftness with which vulnerable people could buy the compound called sodium nitrate was a grave concern. Well, sodium salt. Nitrate's like what? Nitroglycerin? The lawmakers are targeting Amazon for questioning because they believe it to be the e-commerce site most often used to buy the compound. So it's not even, it's just like you go any other site, but we're just going to target the biggest one. This sounds like a shakedown for money. This sounds like they're trying to get lobbyists to fill their coffers. In a written response to the lawmakers, Brian Hussman, Amazon's vice president for public policy, lobbyist, extended condolences to families of the dead while defending Amazon's practices and sales of the compound. He said it was used for a range of purposes and was available from other retailers. Amazon makes a wide selection of products available to our customers because we trust they use these products as intended by the manufacturers. They don't allow you to have anything with the Civil War that includes the Confederacy. So that evidently they do not trust you to use as intended by the manufacturers. I tried to buy some Confederate flags to burn, and they wouldn't let me do it. Amazon, damn you. They ought to do that. They ought to have a little Confederate flag like fire starters. Could you imagine that? I mean, like, I'm burning the flag to end hate. But then it's like, you're... Jeez. I'm not going to say it. It's so stupid. It's so stupid. The reason why freedom of speech is called the marketplace of ideas is because the marketplace, a free market, will decide what's best for everyone. Amazon had the opportunity in response to collaborate with us on this issue and has tragically ended the lives of people across our nation. Was it 50 people? I mean, 50 people. These assholes can't figure out 850,000 people died supposedly, from, or I say supposedly because I don't know the numbers. I'm not saying supposedly to their numbers. I don't know their numbers. I'm just saying supposedly as a term of art. Died because of the coronavirus. I mean, they can't. We're going to say 50 people. Meanwhile, people are fat. As a fat man, I can complain about fat people. In email exchanges with the Times, an Amazon spokeswoman declined to comment on the 10 deaths that the Times identified. 10. I mean, my gosh, there's more. More people die from doctor negligence every year than anything else. Last year, the eBay director wrote to a coroner in England that the company had prohibited global sales of the compound 2019 after receiving a report of its potential use in suicides. However, the Times identified 8 suicides involving eBay sales of the poison since then. So, Times found 10 people that died. 8 of them used eBay to poison themselves. And they're blaming Amazon. eBay did not respond to detailed emails and messages seeking comment. But in a letter to the coroner, the eBay director acknowledged that despite the ban, It is possible for unscrupulous or unaware sellers to circumvent our policies and filters. Yeah, well, one of the ingredients is salt, sodium. What was it, sodium nitrate? Anyway, November 2020, Etsy banned sales of the compound. And Etsy. In August 2020, a 35-year-old in Mississippi wrote on the suicide site. Why are they going after this suicide site? Why are they going after Amazon? This is why I think it's a big shakedown for lobbyists to give them money to their accounts. Go after a suicide site here. If you want to prosecute somebody, prosecute these people. Oh my gosh. 35-year-old Mississippi wrote on the suicide site that he had bought the compound on the site. Days later, he bought the compound on Etsy. Hey guys, we're going to see if this works. I bought it on Etsy. Here's where you look for it. And days later, he's dead. Holy cow, what is wrong with this whole thing? Like, I hate it. It's like, hey, we have to do a virtue signal against Amazon. So write it about this because they're loosely connected to this. Well, they're not really connected at all. They're just the largest online retailer, and people are buying this online. So go after Amazon. Never mind the fact that people that want to kill themselves will always find a way to kill themselves. We haven't banned bridges or cliffs or tall buildings. I mean, my gosh, would you feel better if everybody was pushed out of a window? This is so stupid. Suicide's a major problem, but it's not blaming the other people. Suicide is about people needing help. You want to blame something, blame our lack of mental health facilities in this country. Blame the mental health facilities that are up for being the same politically ran garbage, just seeking the next handout. This is so asinine. There's no systematic tracking for suicides involving the compound. Yeah, no kidding. Listen to this. Since 2018, 300 members of the suicide website. How can the suicide website have members? Doesn't it seem like it would be a downward trending spiral? I mean, honestly, I don't know. Resident, blah, blah, blah. Look how long this is. It's New York Times, man. I mean, they love themselves. They must, sell articles by the word. Also struggle with depression. Why didn't you ban depression? You know what's depressing? I'm not going to say it. Terry Goldberg, a lawyer for Ms. Scott, wrote to Amazon's general counsel and implored the company to remove the product from its platform. Lawyers for Amazon pointed out a Texas law and court decisions protecting the seller of a legal product used in a suicide. They know it's killing people, Ms. Scott said in an interview. They are fully aware, they just don't care. Okay, I ranted before about how everything goes back to the Second Amendment. This Texas law they're talking about here. Texas law, the court decisions protecting the seller of a legal product used in a suicide. That is firearm related. It's like, because they always want to add these suicide by firearm death totals into the whole murder numbers and all stuff. Suicide, man, people are going to figure out another way to kill themselves. People have always been killing themselves because they're retarded, screwed up. Ugh. It's not a product. I mean, I am so sorry for your loss. Let me tell you what. I am a victim of, how do you say that? I know somebody who committed suicide. And it sucks. It's weird. You think about it when you don't plan to. And I don't know. Your feelings are anger, really, and misunderstanding. And I don't know what's going on. But yeah, this is New York Times says that Amazon's killing people. I say that lawmakers are asking for Amazon to fill up their reelection coffers, and this is very cringeworthy picture right here. I mean, very very cringeworthy. Did they work on this crying face here? You know they fixed her hair before the thing. Gosh, and I'm sorry for her loss. I really am. Anyway, all right. Love you guys. Be good to each other. Till next time. Peace.